Don't be fooled by that, guys. This is actually the DVD. See, DVD. It's Jaws on DVD. See, DVD. Yeah, DVD. Okay, it's Jaws Unleashed on PS2. I realized that it's a Blu-ray and DVD shark collection video. I should put 4K, but I only have one 4K. So, this shouldn't be included in this video because, yes, it goes with the Jaws collection, but I'm not showing the shark games in this video. I only have two, Man-Eater and Jaws Unleashed. Or it. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at my shark movies and TV shows. So, a lot of these some of these I will tell you have sharks on the cover, but they don't have shark in the title. Like Blue Planet, Sea of Life, Seasonal Seas, Coral Seas. Hold on. Like as you can see, there's some bull sharks on the cover. And on the disc. But, if you look in the back, there's not really no sharks. Same with this one. Hammerheads. There's the disc. So yeah, there's those. Shark Life. Shark Lake. Can you imagine if they made a movie called Shark Lake? It wouldn't be the worst shark thing. If you haven't seen my Tubi video where I looked at some of the worst titles ever, then I'm like, why does Tubi put them? Like, Titanic 666 and all that. There's actually a movie on Tubi called Shark Sex. The song from Morbius would be happy. Have sex, have sex. I am the BTS. Have sex, have sex. Dolph Lundgren, yeah. From Rocky and Expendables and other classics. If you consider Expendables classic. Since the later, a lot of people didn't like the sequels. And usually the sequels to those films are what makes it a classic. Trailer Park Shark. I accidentally showed the disc first. There's the cover. I collect some weird shark stuff. There's the arrow pointing at the shark. Is that a Robo Shark? I'll probably watch this in the future just to laugh at how bad it is. Frankenshark Raiders of the Lost Shark. Who else has Raiders in the name of their film? This is not the Raiders version, but who else has a film called Raiders of the Lost? Who else has that? I'll give you a hint. I'll let y'all get time to see who it is. Whose name is that? That's right! Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Or Raiders of the Lost Ark, but later on, when they released DVDs and stuff, they started calling it Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Which is the version I know it as. I grew up around the time of DVDs, and I think VHSs were about to be thrown in the trash or in the compactors. Whatever they did with them by the time I was born. I need to collect the Indiana Jones movies. I have seen them in the past. I need to collect them and rewatch them all because the 5th movie's coming next year. Like, I haven't seen them in so long, I forgot what happened in the movies. I have the Lego game to draw my memory, but I don't want to pull out my 360. I think it is compatible on Xbox One. Anyway, Raiders of the Lost Shark. That's why I brought out the Indiana Jones DVD. It must be like a shark with a hat. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And YouTuber I watch slash I think he followed me on Instagram named David on YouTube. Actually owns Shark Exorcist, and I actually watch clips from his Instagram page, and this thing looks like the worst shark film of all time. Not only the worst shark film, but the worst exorcism type movie. Like it's both amounts of bad thrown in one DVD. If you ask me if there any film in here that I would actually be interested in watching, which one actually kind of looks good? Raiders of the Lost Shark. That one actually looks like a shark. What the heck is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? I'm kind of sounding like Hurricane from WWE, but I'm not even saying what's up with that. I'm just saying, what's that? What's up with that? What the heck is that thing? You call that a shark? You call that a shark? That's a shark. Even though I complained that Raiders of the Lost Shark stole the name from Indiana Jones, it's the better looking films out of this box set. It actually looks like an actual shark film. Like actual shark. Like sci-fi has actually grown to get me to like them again. Yes, I like Two-Headed Shark Attack and stuff, but they stopped doing Sharknado and started bringing out stuff like Frenzy, which is a very great sci-fi film. And that's a sci-fi shark film. And usually those ain't good, but that one was surprising. Actually, I think it's so good that I might actually get it digital and on Blu-ray. That's what happens when I like a shark film. I get, like Jaws. I had 2 copies of it when I got the 4K. And then I got rid of the copy, but now I still technically have 2 copies. I got the regular Blu-ray and the 4K in there. And I'm not getting rid of either of them. Till when I get a 4K TV, I'm gonna watch Jaws in 4K. If I ever get one. I could get a PS4 Pro and still watch these 4Ks. Anyway, there's the beautiful looking disc art. The thing I have to say though about these indie movies, they always put disc art. So even if the disc art has like crappy looking shark teeth, at least they put disc art. Unlike some of these films, we'll get to some of them in a little bit. Two-Headed Shark Attack. If you ask me what's my favorite sci-fi shark film that actually has a weird gimmick, which technically this one could be true, but I don't think they last to be this size. But actually not a real gimmick, a real thing. There is actually 2-headed sharks. But I don't think they can attack like these ones. Anyway, if you ask me what's my favorite like gimmick one, yeah, Sharknado. I like the first few, but ones that are not oh wait, it is a franchise: 2-headed, 3-headed, 5-headed, 6-headed. But if you ask me which one's my favorite out of the weird gimmicks, it's probably 2-Headed Shark Attack. With Hulk Hogan's daughter, Brooke Hogan. So yeah, 2-Headed Shark Attack is my favorite out of the weird gimmick sci-fi films. I keep calling them sci-fi films, but they're made from Asylum and released on sci-fi. So technically in a way, they're not exactly sci-fi. They're Asylum, the creators of these. Anyway, Mega Shark vs. Mecha Shark, probably my least favorite out of the Mega Shark series. Mega Shark vs. This film wasn't even really what the title states. Like the other Mega Shark vs. films, they actually fight. And it's actually a creature. This one's a guy and a shark, a robotic shark, that later on malfunctions and starts moving on its own, and I think it starts eating people. Does that sound like an interesting thing to fight the awesome mega shark? Which, if it did not have this bad of a film, I would probably say this is one of the sci-fi series that, if it got made into a big budget series, it would probably not fail in the box office. Especially Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus. Like if it had a big budget, but this one's just stupid. It says Monster vs. Metal. The epic battle saga continues on the scale of Transformers, Autobots, and Disguise, and the Lord of the Rings. What's the Lord of the Rings theme song? Oh well, I'll just do this. My precious. Frenzy, like I was saying, even though that shark right there kind of looks bad, there is actually some realistic looking shark CGI in this. Actually, I don't think some of it's CGI. I actually think they use real sharks. But that's not an Asylum thing. Asylum doesn't usually use real sharks. They usually try to make the CGI themselves, which ends up like that. Well, I can handle a bad CGI, a little bit of bad CGI in a film I like. And Frenzy is one of those bad kind of CGI shark films that I actually like. Because it's different than all the other. It's not even from Asylum. A Shark Pack LD LLC production. It says Echo Bridge at the bottom. I think it says it's sci-fi somewhere. Because this did air on sci-fi. I think it's the sci-fi on the... When it was in the cellophane, it had a sci-fi sticker. Hold on a minute. This movie came out in 2018. By the way, for those who are wondering. I'm not telling all the dates, but I know this one came out in 2018 because I remember getting it. Wasn't there something I was wanting to look at back here? I remember there was something in here I was wanting to look at. Oh well. From the Depths. I have not seen this movie. I was going to watch it, and then I started I bought this movie. I was like, ooh, a new shark film. Has a good looking cover. That's a pretty good looking shark. Because some of them, like, I remember. Yeah, I was talking about the CGI and using real sharks. In the behind the scenes on this DVD, the making of Two-Headed Shark Attack, they actually showed, and you can find photos online, that most of the shark scenes in Two-Headed Shark Attack are actually... it's actually not CGI. In this film, some of the sharks are like just... It's either like two actual heads that they're having like... going... Or it's just actual heads like that protruding from the water. So that's good to know that this film actually went in the effort and not use only CGI. Like the actual good film right there. Well, that one probably did use it. It don't have a behind. Does it have a behind the scenes? No, it's bare bones. Okay. So I was gonna watch this film. I watched the trailer from IMDb because that's where I looked it up to see who was in it and all the stuff about it. What this film basically is a film barely about sharks. From what I got from the trailer, there's barely sharks in it, and the shark is front and center on the cover. You can even see a shark on the back and a shark fin right there. So basically what it is, from what I got, I did not actually hear him be called this in the trailer. But what I think it is, by judging by the look on the back right here, it's a zombie film. or it's like Shark Exorcist, where the people become sharks. And that kind of turned me off from wanting to watch this. So, even though this is a pretty recent movie, 2020, I left it on my shelf to collect dust because I'm not interested in film where humans grow shark teeth. That's why one of you says I have the movie Sharkman and I have not popped that disc in. Because I'm not interested in movies where people grow shark teeth. I would prefer Sharktopus over people growing shark teeth. Because it looks stupid. It's stupider than Sharktopus. Oh my god. Name a horror movie in your collection that not many people know of. Tell me yours if you do a comment. I use this on my 4th channel. So I did a TikTok video with that same sound effect, and this is the movie that I use to name a horror movie in your collection that not many people know about. Tell me yours if you do a comment. I can't do the Ghostface voice that good. Anyway, a Ouija shark. They're not even a Ouija board. Oh wait, there is. Let's say they're not even. It's called a Ouija shark, but there's not a Ouija board on the cover. There it is. Oh my god! Ghost Shark is back! In a Ouija shark. I guess a Ouija shark is a Ghost Shark sequel. Well, actually, I think there is a Ghost Shark sequel. Ghost Shark 2 Urban Jaws. I think it's the title of it. Which, from what I hear, there's barely a ghost shark in the movie. Stop calling your movie Shark if there's barely a shark in it. Just call it Ghost. Or something. If there's barely a shark, like, Ghost Shark 2 has less sharks than Ghost Shark 1. From what I've seen from the reviews and all of it, of that film. If there's barely any sharks in it, don't call it Ghost Shark 2. Just call it Ghost. But there's probably plenty of films called Ghost. Anyway, Ghost Shark returns. He has worse CGI than he did in the Ghost Shark film. He looks like Play-Doh. At least in Ghost Shark, they actually used their jaws, like one of the actual like toy things they have. It looks like a toy. It's a small shark. At least they used one of those and sculpted. When you actually see the shark itself and not just its fin, when they fully reveal the shark. At least that film went in the effort and actually used the Jaws, actual prop from Jaws. I think they bought it off of eBay or something, one of the props from the actual Jaws film, and like made it look like it has its eyes gouged out and all that. So at least Ghost Shark went in the effort. This, they made shark out of Play-Doh. Play-Doh, do, 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 do. So, even though Ghost Shark is one of my least favorite shark films, I could say that at least Ghost Shark had effort when they actually revealed the shark. What the heck is this? That's Play-Doh. Who makes a shark film out of a shark in a movie out of Play-Dohs? It still looks like a blue lightsaber, by the way. Just like Ghost Shark did. But at least when Ghost Shark revealed the shark, it did not look that terrible. I actually want the prop from that movie. They actually have it on eBay. They're actually selling the prop from Ghost Shark. The actual shark model they use, without the blue lighting, of course, because that was added in later on. They just have the shark's model. That model actually looks pretty badass. I would actually not mind having it. I'll probably stand it right there. Sit it right there. But Ghost Shark, Ouija Shark, whatever you want to call it, looks terrible. Like, what the... Look at that shark. Okay, have a very good look at that shark. Take in all the feature. You see any blue outlines around it? Now look at that. There's the cover. Any blue outlines? There's the back. At least it has some disc art. Okay, I just recently completed this series, and I'm actually interested in it because it's based on one of my favorite types of sharks that may or may not be extinct. We don't know exactly. most of the ocean hasn't been explored. I think it's like 90% of our oceans haven't been explored. And that is the Megalodon series. I think this one's actually connected to that one. I'm not for sure. I don't watch many indie shark movies. I know there is a YouTuber out there. I should ask him. His name is Cool Duder. He watches a lot of indie films. So I should probably ask him, is since he probably has watched these, is Megalodon Rising canon to Megalodon from 2008, 2019. It looks canon. They're both called Megalodon. And they're both from the same company. Asylum. The Asylum. The Asylum. So I'm guessing they're canon. Anyway, I actually like these covers. And I actually watched this one, a little bit of it. It's actually, y'all guys ain't gonna believe this, it's actually not that bad of a looking film. Like, out of all the Asylum films, that's not Two-Headed Shark Attack, that actually has CGI, this one's not that bad of looking CGI. In fact, I think that's actually the CGI. That's actually a clip from the movie. And usually Asylum puts clips from the film on the back of their covers. I think if you look on Two-Headed Shark Attack, the cover is something from the movie. If I need to rewatch it, but from what I remember, Michael Manson's Megalodon did not actually look that bad. So that's why when I saw the sequel in stores, I did not hesitate. And I was like, ooh, a sequel to that shark movie from Asylum that actually looked pretty good. From what I've seen of it. I'm going to grab it. And since I haven't finished the first one, I haven't watched the sequel, Megalodon Rising. But, there's the disc. It looks great. I love when they put disc art. It's got stuff all over it. Okay, Megalodon. Now here's Megalodon Rising. It has a slipcover. Only thing I hate about Asylum films is that they still call widescreen a special feature. Well, only thing I hate about the DVDs, the films themselves are probably terrible, but the DVDs, while they are pretty good quality, they still put widescreen as a special feature. And there's the cover. Looks pretty good. I can't wait to watch this series. Like, yes, I just said it. I can't actually wait to watch an Indie Shark series. But from what I've seen of Megalodon, it has pretty good look at CGI. And I can't wait to watch both movies. I'm going to probably watch them. Who knows, I might watch them after this video. I'll probably pop both Megalodon movies in and watch them back to back. Even if this one turns out to be bad, I'm going to force myself to watch Megalodon Rising so I can say I watched both of these DVDs. But I'm probably never going to watch a Ouija Sharker from the depths. I don't want Blue Lightsaber or Shark People to watch them. And we'll see. Shark Night. From the director of The Final Destination. The fourth one. Which they started to do the modern day trend with Final Destination, and then the next movie was called 5. They were like, people knew the last one was Final Destination 4. So we shouldn't have called it The Final Destination. We should have called it Final Destination 4. Because that's the only movie in the series that is not numbered. There's Final Destination 1, Final Destination 2, Final Destination 3, then The Final Destination, then Final Destination 5. Which one does not fit? And which one sounds weird out of all those 5 films? Anyway, Shark Night was pretty good. Normally, I don't like shark films that barely have sharks or the sharks aren't involved with like humans or whatever. But I actually like Shark Night. Despite it not really having much actual killing in it, like There's not that many shark attack scenes. Most of the deaths, some of them are by sharks, but some of them are by people getting shot and then they got knocked in the water. And then the sharks ripped them to shreds. I actually thought it was kind of a clever story that's about, like, if I remember, I think it's about a group of, like, crazy people who are using sharks to kill people. The original title, by the way, was Sharknado 3D. I have the 2D version. And the sharks, by the way, this is not from Asylum, this is from 20th Century Fox. So, of course, the shark right there is going to look badass. Realistic. Okay, I do have another two-headed shark attack. Like I said, I do like that film. So I'm like, I'll have it on Blu-ray so I can have Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus. Wait a minute. Holy, oh my god. Oh my god. You notice something? Do you notice something? Let me turn my flashlight off. Do you notice something between the covers? Asylum for a while, I think, was starting to get lazy, and then they started making, like, look, two-headed shark attack. And then, if I had it, three-headed shark attack, five-headed, and six-headed. They don't now have a four-headed shark attack. It started as four-headed shark attack and five-headed, then it grew a fifth head. That movie was probably the weirdest out of the whole franchise. It actually literally grew a fifth head out of nowhere. But anyway, do you notice something about this cover? About both movies' covers? Yeah, I actually kind of like the Crocosaurus one, but do you notice something? They use the same shark image. Mega Shark vs. Mecha Shark and Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus have the same shark image. I think all of the Mega Shark vs. films have that same image. So they got lazy, man. They got lazy. But there's this. These probably do not even fit what Blu-ray is. High definition. They're probably like 1080p. Nightmare Shark. From what I seen, like I watched the trailer to this, and what it looked like was, this is why I got the film, because I wanted to see what this plot would be like. It's like if Freddy Krueger was a shark. That's what the trailers were showing. Like, it was showing that famous scene with Freddy's glove coming towards Nancy, but instead of his glove, it's a shark that replaced that scene. And that actually looked interesting to me. I was like, I want to see Freddy Krueger with a shark, but instead of Freddy, it's a shark. And then I popped the film in, and it did not feel like Freddy Krueger with a shark. Instead of Freddy. A Nightmare on Elm Street with a shark, I should say. Number one, do you see something familiar in that cover? Where have we seen that image before? Where have we seen that before? I think this one's more of it. Where have we seen that before? That's right. It's a Jaws clone type cover. But out of all of those films I said, a Ouija Shark, From the Depths, this is probably the one I will watch before I ever watch those. Because even though I only got to the opening, who knows, this film could be one of the best indie shark movies of all time. I'm just not giving it a chance. It could actually be a Nightmare on Elm Street, but with a shark. Kind of like how Kevin Smith is making this interesting film if Jaws had a moose. Which I'm actually kind of interested in. I think it's called Moose Jaws. I'm interested in a lot of weird stuff because it could turn out to be good. Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street, but instead of Freddy, it's a shark. What do sharks do that Freddy doesn't? Freddy eats people. I mean, Freddy cuts people with his claws. Sharks, they tear you to shreds in the water. Like if Freddy was in the water, he wouldn't be. There would be no pieces left of Freddy. If he was, that oh, that's a good idea. We should have a Nightmare on Elm Street movie where Freddy encounters a shark. It don't have to be a full-blown Freddy versus shark film, but let's have a movie where Freddy Krueger meets a shark. And if they are planning on getting Robert Englund and they are planning on making it his final Freddy film, if they want, they can have Freddy die by the shark. Could you imagine that being the ending of the next Nightmare on Elm Street? Freddy getting ripped to shreds by one of these. Anyway, so when I seen the trailer to this, I thought it was Nightmare on Elm Street, but with sharks. That's what it looked like by the trailer. There was a bathtub scene, just like the Nancy one, where the shark was like, doo 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 doo. Nightmare Shark. It's now on DVD. And I was like, that film looks badass! Is this even from Asylum? Turns out, I think it aired on sci-fi. Why do I keep saying hi guys in the comments? There is one shark film I refuse to get out of all the indie ones. It's House Shark. The reason why is and Santa Jaws. The reason why is because Santa Jaws, you could probably tell why I don't want to get it. They knocked off one of my favorite shark films of all time. Same with House Shark. The original title for House Shark was House Jaws. There actually now is a new movie. Speaking of like Freddy with sharks, there's a new movie out there. This is like dumb because sharks swim in water, and this does not really have water for sharks to swim in. There's puddles. It reminds me kind of Ghost Shark. If you have a bucket, the shark comes in a bucket. So, this area, well, Ghost Shark don't make sense. A bucket with the shark in it makes more sense than this area. It's in a cornfield. Yeah, they took Children of the Corn and put a shark in it. It's called I think it's called Shark of the Corn. And the title, like above the word Shark of the Corn, it has like a bootleg Stephen King name. I think it's like Stephen King. So yeah, I think I prefer. Well, I don't like Ghost Shark for having a lightsaber look at shark through the whole film, and like I said, I like the reveal more than this crap. The actual Ghost Shark model, the prop they used, if they would have took that blue stuff off at the end, around it, it could have been a successful film, and that shark design would have been one of my favorites. But they had to put the blue around it. Anyways. So, I would actually prefer watching Lightsaber Shark over Shark of the Corn. Because at least I could see a good looking shark design. I watched the trailer for... Well, toward the ending of Ghost Shark has a cool looking shark design. The very last scene of shark, I actually like the way it looks. It looks like Jaws with his eyes gouged out. Like they actually, I think they called Universal and be like, hey, you're probably not going to make another Jaws movie, and we're making this indie ghost shark film. Can we use your model from Jaws? One of your little, like, shark, like, the toy-looking things? I forgot what they're called. Can we use one of those? Heck yeah! Here, you can have it! We're not making another Jaws. And they used it, and all they did was painted it with eyes gouged out. And that looked pretty cool. If it did not have the blue around it, like I said, that would be one of my favorite shark designs. And if it, but they had to make it look like a lightsaber. Anyway, Meg a Shark. Isn't this basically one of the posters from one of the advertisements for Meg? Like, didn't they have this poster for Meg? The same exact image? You know, you're probably like, what Meg? This Meg. Isn't that one of the Meg posters that they advertised? I think it is. This is a exact poster from Meg. It came out the same year as Meg. The DVD. Well done, Meg. So yeah, they probably took this poster, was like, we're making a DVD box set with a bunch of shark movies that probably don't even have Megalodons involved. What are we, except for one of them, which is right there. What are we gonna do? Oh, I know. This recently released film called The Meg, who has this poster of a shark, of a megalodon about to eat a smaller shark that's about to eat a person. We're going to use that for the cover, despite you Warner Bros. Owning that poster. And then this was born. Oh well, it does have some shark films that I actually want to watch, like the Shark Attack series. Shark Zone sounded pretty cool. The only survivor of a shark attack, Jeremy Wandler must face the same great white sharks 10 years later as they return for a second round to terrorize a beach resort. That sounds pretty interesting, Shark Zone. But then you get to... I already seen Malibu Shark Attack. It has goblin sharks. And I seen Toxic Shark. It's bad, man. It's bad. I admit, I'm one of the few that actually like Malibu Shark Attack. I actually like the way that sci-fi did not change the look of... I keep saying sci-fi, but it's really Asylum who's making the shark films, and sci-fi is just releasing them on their sites. So technically, in a way, on their, their channel. So technically, in a way, it's not sci-fi to blame for some of these movies being bad. It's Asylum. But anyway, Toxic Shark, what it is a shark who literally shoots toxic waste out of the top of his head. I was like, Toxic Shark. That could be actually good. The back of the case makes it seem like an actual good shark film. It does not say anywhere a shark that shoots toxic waste out of the top of his head. I thought Toxic Shark meant it's a shark who evaporated to living in toxic water. Water full of toxic waste. And that's what the film was about. That sounds pretty much more interesting than a shark who shoots toxic waste out the top of his head from like a horn. I actually thought that idea, make that a Toxic Shark film. My idea for Toxic Shark sounds more better than this. Make mine a movie, people. A shark that lives in water full of toxic waste and evolved. I was like, okay, here we go. Shark. I was like, okay. Toxic shark. A shark adapts into water full of toxic waste. I'm gonna watch it. Nope, it's a shark that shoots toxic waste out of a horn. Shark and Vengeance. What's this about? They must face the vicious killer sharks that are protecting the long lost fortune of. Really? Sharks protecting a fortune? What have these films become? I mean, yeah, it's Shark Attack. It's the main. You want me to tell you the reason I got this set? Like, I had one version that just had these films right here. Malibu is pretty good, though, out of all these splits. Malibu Shark Attack. Out of all the ones on this side, Malibu Shark Attack's probably the best on the list. But anyway, the reason why I got this set, I rebought it and then got rid of those films, the original version, is I wanted Shark Attack, Shark Attack 2, and Shark Attack 3 Megalodon. And I'll probably watch Shark Zone because it sounds interesting. One survivor from a previous Shark Attack, having to fight the sharks that killed all his friends and all that. That sounds pretty good, but whoever those ones are, Minus Malibu, by the way. Ugh. Shark Divers. Produced by Danny Moruro. Think it's from BBC. Hey, is it BBC? It has black and white images on some of the thing. What's this? It's a Blu-ray, as you can tell. Okay. This is from BBC Earth. Shark. The great... It says the ocean's greatest predator, but it's actually just called shark. Beyond the bite, go behind the scenes with the la 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 la. I'm not reading all that. Beneath the surface. There's the disc. And of course... Wait. Okay, now we're getting back into movies, and then we'll get back into shows later on. Deep Blue Sea. Okay? You're probably like, okay, dude, why are you making a little bit of space for more movies? That's it. No, they're not. No, that's not. No. You're probably like, dude, I have seen Deep Blue Sea. I have looked up stuff about Deep Blue Sea. There is one Deep Blue Sea movie. Why are you making a list like... Why are you moving it like there's more movies? Because... If you probably looked at the list in 2015. Because there's Deep Blue Sea 2 and 2020's Deep Blue Sea 3. See? Now you're probably like, oh dude, you made those yourself. Oh really? Is that me? Is that me right there? That's Warner Bros. These are actually... This is really now a franchise. A trilogy. I think they're making a fourth one this year because if the pattern of the Deep Blue Sea movies, well, 2 and 3, minus how long it took from 1. The first one came out in 1999. The second one came out in 2018. So I'm not judging by between 1 and 2. I'm judging by between 2 and 3. We should get the next one this year. 2 years. 21, 22. Yeah, we should get Deep Blue Sea 4 in 2022 if they are planning on making it. Because if they're planning on every 2 years we get a new Deep Blue Sea, the fourth one should be out this year. I'm actually kind of excited. Because I like the movies. Deep Blue Sea, the sequel's actually underrated. So here's Deep Blue Sea 1. Has Samuel Jackson in it. Commentary by the director. Featurettes when sharks attack in the sharks of Deep Blue Sea. Release scenes with additional director and theatrical trailer. So yeah, there's the... Yeah! Where you going? Okay, I gotta get going. Okay. Mom, someone literally in my shark video asked me when I was going around like I was going to pull out a milk why I was sleeping. Yeah, there's actually recent people see I had. Alright guys, I'm back. I wanted to see where my mom was going real quick because she's going somewhere. Anyway, Deep Blue Sea 2, originally, I think I was going to get DVD, Blu-ray, DVD, kind of like I did with the Avengers, but nah. When Deep Blue Sea 4 comes out, I'm getting it on Blu-ray. If it comes out. Cause we're almost towards the end of the year and there's no Deep Blue Sea 4. And people haven't, well, the reason people ain't talk about it is because these sequels, a lot of people hate on. But I actually like Deep Blue Sea 2 and 3. 2 especially. It was nice to see this franchise it's actually become a franchise. A lot of people never expected the day when people were like, okay, here's the Deep Blue Sea film, and then the notification on their phone popped up, Deep Blue Sea 2 trailer. I got the DVD here, but I'm fine with it. I have a way of watching Deep Blue Sea 2. And of course it's Warner Bros, so modern day Warner Bros DVD, so they don't paint it in the disc. It has Return to the Deep, Making Deep Blue Sea 2, Deep Blue Sea 2, Death by Shark, gag reels, and deleted scenes. I think out of all of them, I like the first one, but out of the 2 sequels, and probably I'll even say this one 4 comes out. Because I have a feeling, sadly, that I'm not going to be saying the 4th one might be underrated. What are they going to do for Deep Blue Sea 4? They already made 3 movies. They're using other cast members, like I think new actors that are just up and coming, the big budget movies. Like originally they acted in indie films. But look at this. Deep Blue Sea 1 has a bunch of special features on the Blu-ray, right? Look at Deep Blue Sea 3. Like even the DVD of Deep Blue Sea 2 has more special features than the Blu-ray of Deep Blue Sea 3. This has Deep Blue Sea 3, Fight to the Death, and Sinking Sets and Sharks, making Deep Blue Sea 3. There's the Blu-ray. Of course, there's no disc art, because it's modern day Warner Bros. Movie. Oh, I didn't show on my 4th channel. Y'all are probably like, when's your recap videos on? Why haven't you done recap videos on movies you've seen this year? I have. I do it on my 4th channel. Five Nights at Freddy's vs. Jaws videos, 4 Five Nights at Freddy's videos, and more. That's where I do my recaps of movies I've seen / haven't seen in a year. I think I forgot to put Deep Blue Sea 3 in that video. And I didn't even forget the film. Like, the movie wasn't so bad that I forgot it. I still remember stuff about it. Anyway, this is the only Deep Blue Sea movie I have digitally. I did use the code. And technically, I do have all 3 movies on DVD. Cause look, DVD, Blu-ray DVD combo pack, DVD. With no Blu-ray in it. So yeah. So if I do see Deep Blue Sea 2, on Blu-ray, the only way I'll get it is if it's super, super cheap. If it's $15 still, I won't get it. But if it's like in the $5.79 bin or whatever, I'll probably grab it. For now, I'm fine with the DVD. What happened to this box? Oh my god. It had some tears on it. Now this series has gotten a little bit different in that... Wait, it hasn't. I think it's always been about people with shark tracking devices. Anyway, if I remember correctly, I haven't watched the first one in so long. I need to rewatch it. Anyway, Deep Blue Sea series. Now we get to Jaws. Can you believe that probably in the future, Deep Blue Sea is going to have more movies than Jaws? Like 2 more years. If the 4th one does come out this year, 2 more years, then there'll be Deep Blue Sea 5. And we probably still won't have another Jaws movie. And it's sad. I blame this one. I also blame that one. Even though Jaws 3 is better than Jaws the Revenge. Yeah, I know, I said it. Shoot me, Internet. Sue me, Internet. Whatever you want to do. Jaws 3 is better than the Revenge. And Jaws the Revenge actually has a better looking shark than 3. I actually like the SeaWorld plot that they actually used in Jaws Unleashed. Jaws Unleashed are actually in SeaWorld. I actually like that. So the plot is better. Actually, maybe if I look up the plot of what Jaws the Revenge was, probably not translated to on the screen, but what's meant to be, maybe I'll be like, okay, the plot of the movie was actually meant to be good. So, in the way of the script, how the script originally was supposed to go before probably a lot of bad stuff happened, like delays in filming, firing of some cast members. Jaws the Revenge could have been a great movie. I actually read parts of the novelization. Like, people said the junior novel of Jaws the Revenge is better than the movie. I read parts of it, and now I'm looking for that novel because it actually seems like it's better than the movie. Why am I showing Jaws 2, 3, and The Revenge before I showed the disc for that one anyway? Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws the Revenge. I have on Blu-ray plus digital. And I'm just going to go real quickly through it because I showed it in my 4K collection video. There's Jaws 1. I do have the first 2 books. If in the future y'all want a Jaws collection video, cause I do have some Funko Pops, like smaller ones, I could do a Jaws collection. And I have that game also. And like I said, I have the books, so I could do it. But I want to get more Jaws clothing and stuff. And actual action figures and stuff, and then I'll do it. I don't have the other 2 movies. There is 3. There's Open Water, which I have here, which is actually based on the true story. I don't think, if I heard correctly, because I haven't watched past this movie, I think Open Water 2 and 3 are not based on a true story, like the first one was. And it's kind of sad. No, it's not kind of sad that it's not based on a true story, but it's kind of sad that they made us 2 and 3. Despite there probably not being more to these people's story. Because if I remember correctly, I haven't watched it in so long, they meet their demise. Which I think this is one of the shark videos Mr. Baldwin talked about on YouTube. And I think if I remember correctly, he does say they die. Because he said this story inspired the movie Open Water. He said it in one opening in one of his videos. This story inspired the movie Open Water. So I don't have Cage Dive or... Was it Open Water 2 Adrift? I don't have any of those. By the way, this tells you that Open Water 3 was not meant to be an open water movie when the original title was planned to be just Cage Dive. They were like, hold on a minute. The original title for Open Water 3 was just going to be Cage Dive. It wasn't going to have any connection to Open Water, and then I think towards the end of filming, they were like, and towards the end of this movie, we are going to do something, and that is, we are going to make it canon to Open Water. Anyway, so that's my rant on Open Water. That's why you only see one movie, because I'm not really much interested in watching the others. By the way, this is not the original cover that came with. The disc and this paper are new. I had a different one, but I kind of like this cover a little bit more. It looks the true story, from what I remember, I have heard it, seems a lot terrifying, more terrifying than a picture of, like, I think it had a shark doing like that with them in the water. And I think just a solid black shark fin with them in the background is more terrifying than a full-blown shark. That's why I used that cover in the disc. And plus, I think, if I remember correctly, I got that disc because the other one I had didn't work. One of my favorite shark films now that I keep on thinking about it, it's actually now one of my favorite shark movies. You probably remember my review on this. I trash talked the crap out of the Meg. But I actually watched clips from the movie, and those clips actually got me to want to watch the movie again. So very soon, I will be watching it because they did recently announce there's going to be The Meg 2. And I will be seeing that movie next year. The Meg 2. I haven't really looked at the cast, so I don't really know if Jason Statham's returning, but even if not, I'll still watch The Meg 2 for the shark. So, you're probably like, dude, I thought you said in your previous shark videos, you sold your Meg, you got rid of your Meg 2. I know, but I was wanting to have the Meg in my, not the Meg 2, the Meg. I know, guys, but I wanted the Meg in my collection. So when I went to the store, I wanted the steelbook. They sold it out. So I basically went to the store and bought the one with the same exact cover for the one I had before. Has the same back and all. Yeah, look. There it is. They just added in a woman. And they bent the shark a bit. But it's basically that image. I think there is actually one zoomed in like that too. So yeah, I actually think The Meg is a pretty good movie now. Originally, I did not like Meg because for a while when I was younger, I did not like movies that involved divorce. I don't know what it was, but I did not like them. Because I'm like, why would you divorce someone in a shark film or any horror movie, and then they go to die and then you regret it? But now I'm like, I can handle it. It's kind of makes you want to bite your nails, being like, oh my god, what are they gonna do if the person gets eaten by a shark? What are they gonna do if their ex got eaten by a shark? Or something. And luckily, Jason Statham, chew on this, survives towards the end of the movie. It's probably one of the highlights of the film. Which, like I said, I do like it now. And maybe when I rewatch it, I'll be like, oh my god, I said The Meg was one of the most terrible shark films. But, by the way, the clips I watched made me fall in love with the film again. Well, fall in love with the film. Because they look great. And a lot of the clips I watched weren't even involving sharks. Just some of the dialogue in the film was good. Especially from Jason Statham. I'm hoping he returns in The Meg 2. I forgot what the title is. I know it's based on the second book. Because they are based on novels. Anyway, The Shallows. Look at all these reviews, certified fresh. It stars Ryan Reynolds' wife. Ryan Reynolds, if for some reason you're watching this video, please don't kill me. Please, please, please. I don't want to die by Deadpool. Anyway, it has deleted scenes, how to build a shark, shooting in the shallows, finding the perfect beach, Lord Howe Island, and when sharks attack. By the way, guys, I don't have a box to it, and it's not exactly really a shark film, but I do have Soul Surfer. The true story of, what's her name? Oh my god. I follow her too. I read the books about her and all that. Anyway, the girl who lost one of her arms to a shark. I have that movie. Anyway, if I remember, this film barely has shark deaths, but it's still great. And that it keeps you on the edge of your seat towards the end. Like, you're thinking that Blake Lively might actually bite the dust. Despite being the main protagonist of the film. The person on the cover, the main star of the movie. But it was actually kind of funny when she met the pigeon. Too. But there it is. Okay, right here is a lot of people's least favorite shark films of all time. 27 meters down. Which I do have 27 meters down, the original, which has Clary Holt and Mandy Moore. There's the beautiful looking disc art, and then there's the ugly looking DVD disc. But the Blu-ray has beautiful looking disc art. Now, when I heard they were making a sequel called, I had to look it up real quick. When they announced the movie called 47 Meters Down, the next chapter, I was like, yes! Yes! Ah, yes! 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 Because this film ended on a cliffhanger. And that is one of, out of all the shark films that have ended on cliffhangers and all that, this is the one I wanted to continue. Because it ended on a cliffhanger, and I wanted to see what happened to them. What happened to Lisa and Kate. I forget which one's Lisa and which one's Kate, but I wanted to see what happened to them. And when they announced that originally 47 meters down, the next chapter was going to do that, I was like, yes! I finally get to see the cliffhanger. And then they announced that the movie changed the title and will be called 47 Meters Down in Cage and will have a different cast. And I was like, what the fuck? Pardon my French. Like, look, nobody on here is Lisa and Kate. Nobody. I don't even think, if I remember correctly, they don't even make a cameo in here. Tell them what happened to them. Or they don't bring up if they're dead or nothing. They don't bring up anything about that film, and they still called it 47 Meters Down in Cage to make it like a sequel. And I just looked it up, guys, while trying to search that, and it popped up on my home screen. The second movie's called Meg to the Trench. So yeah, this movie has not really much to do with it still goes 47 meters down, but it has nothing to do with that 47 meters down much. Now I remember. I'll be honest, originally when I first got this film back in, when was it? 2019? I defended it. I was like, this movie's actually good. But now that I think about it, it not really being that much canon, not much references to the first one, dog shit. The Great Shark Hunt. Now we're starting to get a little bit back into TV shows, and then we'll end with movies. Now, what this documentary is, I just seen this and was like, a new shark product. What it basically is, it's trying to stop people from making shark fin soup. That's the whole documentary. The Great Shark Hunt, as the title basically sums it up. Shark Hunt. Shark Hunt. But they should call it Stopping the Great Shark Hunt. Because basically what it is trying to prevent shark fin soup, and it's only 45 minutes long. I got that at Computers Plus, the place I got that game. I need to sweep my floor. I got dust and all that, and crud all over it. I'll do it when I change my sheet today. Great White. This is from, who made this? Encounter Blue, I think. That's what it says. But I don't know what this DVD's about. Blu-ray's about. And it's only 50 minutes long. Well, I kind of know. Shark Battlefield from BBC Earth. I guess I love BBC Earth because a lot of the shark films. Next one, BBC. And it has beautiful looking disc art. Unlike 47 Meters Down, too. Disappointment of a film. Pacific Shark. No, this is not a spoof on Pacific Rim. There's been more Pacifics than Pacific Rim. This is actually about sharks who live in the Pacific Ocean. What is shark battlefield running time? 50 minutes. So they're pretty short. 50 minutes approx. Okay, now we get to the shark series that a lot of people probably want to see if I got any more updates since the last video. Well, guess what? I really didn't get much. So here is Shark Week, Restless Fury. By the way, guys, I have been trying to get more. I just didn't for some reason. I did not go on. I'm actually not allowed to use eBay anymore because of all the scam that's happening. But they did have a lot of the Shark Week DVDs that I'm missing. And I wanted to try to go on eBay one day and try to purchase every single one. Not all at once, but try to get them once in a while. So I have every single Shark Week DVD. Anyway, there's this one, there's this two. My last eBay purchase, by the way, this tells you how long it's been, was actually Scream 5 on Blu-ray. I know I'm 21, but I have to listen to my parents. If not, there's gonna be carnage. By the way, this show is not for kids. TV-14. They show blood and all that. I don't know why they bleep out cussing if it's TV-14 on a lot of these shows. What's the running time? It looks like approximately 344 minutes. Oh wait, here's another shark movie. I don't know why that's in with the Shark Week stuff, but Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. Shark Week 20th Anniversary Collection. They had like the most recent one. I think it's 25 that was released on DVD. I don't think Shark Week makes Discovery makes Shark Week DVDs anymore. But they put beautiful disc art on a lot of these DVDs and Blu-rays. Shark Week Deadly Waters. In a set that has Out of the Wild, the Alaska Experiment, and Medication Man Gone Wild. Medication Man Go Wild. I keep saying Gone Wild, but I looked at it and it's Go Wild. Anyway, I only wanted this for Shark Week, which the disc actually just says Shark Week. It doesn't say Shark Week Deadly Water, so I'm thinking this is actually the very first ever Shark Week DVD. But it probably can't be, because it says 2010, but this could also be. It says Deadly Waters on the cover, but this could actually be the first ever Shark Week. The first few like probably the first season. The very first season of Shark Week. Okay, Shark Week favorites. I like the Shark Week episodes that have like air jaws. But I'm like, I don't always need air jaws, and this set does not really have air jaws. And then Shark Week 25th. Then it can be 25th. I think it's 35th or something anniversary. The most recent one. Ultimate Air Jaws, Blood in the Water, Mythbusters Shark Week special. That's actually, I watched it. That's actually the episode I thought it was. If I remember what I seen. Unless I was seeing something like I thought I was watching the Blu-ray because I'm weird. This is actually. And this actually turns out to just be about Shark Week. But I thought that was that amazing episode of Mythbusters where they try to prove that the whole shark death in the first Jaws can't happen in real life. I love that episode of Mythbusters. Even if I believe it can happen to a shark, if Mythbusters say it can't, it probably can't. Because they know what they're talking about. They're professionals. Sharknado. Sci-fi original movie. By the way, there is a movie called Shark Week. If I'm thinking correctly, it's not canon to this. It could be. But I'll probably get it and I'll do a Shark Week collection when I get a lot more than just this. I want to get more of the show DVDs also. Even if it's not canon, I'm still going to call the video Shark Week collection. Sharknado, 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 Sharknado. Run, 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 run away from a Sharknado. Da 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 da. Sharknado, 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 Sharknado. You can run, you can hide, you can run all the time. Na 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 na. To get away from a Sharknado, 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 Sharknado. I haven't done that in so long. The last time I done that was y'all. I think I done it briefly in one of my recent GTA videos, but one of my very first cringy old videos on one of my older channels of Grand Theft Auto 5 when I was still putting my phone at TV, which I once in a while do when my mic fails. I actually sang, "Go run, 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 run away from a guy, hide, running on GTA online. That's the name of this. Ha ha ha! I got away from a guy." I don't know what I was saying in that video, but that was actually a spoof of the Sharknado song. Despite I don't watch the Sharknadoes, I just heard the song. Wait, I probably did briefly when they were when they had the Sharknado marathon leading up to. Wait, when did this come out? It couldn't. It probably was leading up to the fourth one, because I think the fourth one introduced the Sharknado theme song. Anyway, they're making another Sharknado. Like, I was like, yes, they're finally over. The last Sharknado. It's about damn time. It's about time. They call it the last Sharknado. It's about time doesn't really mean, oh my god, yes, it's about time this freaking franchise ends. This crappy franchise. With the return of Mecha Shark. Basically, it's about time does not mean that. It's a time-traveling shark film. And they messed up the title. So basically, if they want to make another one, they should just call it this. But I think they are planning on Sharknado 7. And from what I'm hearing, Sharknado 7 is going back to their roots. It's not doing all these weird, whatever these are. It's going back to the roots of the first 3 movies. Actual Sharknados. Sharks and tornadoes. Not just time travels and robotic floating women heads. So, that's actually what I liked about the first few. And then, from The Force Awakens, yeah, that's the title of the fourth one on, it just got messy. The franchise started to die. This guy actually, though, appeared on Family Feud. Celebrity Family Feud. Him? I actually think now he's big in Hollywood. I think that's his name. Like, he's starting to appear in more than just Sharknado. From what I'm hearing, the next one is going to be a new Sharknado movie, like a sequel. But none of the cast, like, the 2 up here, do not want to return in Sharknado. Do not want to return in Sharknado 7. And I see why. I actually think he, in an interview, crapped on the last 4, 5, and 6. He said praise on the first 3, but crapped on the last 3 Sharknadoes. 4, 5, and 6. 5 Sharknado. So yeah. What have I become? Now that I betrayed everyone I ever loved, I push them all away. And I have been a slave to the Judas in my mind. Is there something left for me to say? In the records of my life, I become, I become, I becoming. I become, I become, I becoming. Judas in my mind. I become, I become, I becoming. I become, I become, I becoming. Judas in my mind. I feel this a heavy cross. There is blood on the path I walk, and each step it's take. There's flying sharks. It's Sharknado with 3. It's Starscream. It's Jericho as the cameo. 'Cause they can't afford him. RVD appeared more in one of the two-headed shark attack sequels. Then Chris Jericho appeared in Sharknado. Then Chris Jericho appeared in Sharknado. Judas in my mind. Yes, that's actually AEW / former WWE superstar Chris Jericho. I'm not kidding, that's really Chris Jericho. RVD appeared in like Three-Headed Shark Attack also. They must love WWE. But it doesn't say WWE Studio. I think they were like, Chris Jericho, you could be in the movie, but don't, please, don't tell them to put WWE Studio. I think in 2015, Chris Jericho was still in WWE. I forget. Anyway, Sharknado, the very first one. I'm going on a bit of a rant and singing also Fozzie's Judas. Is that Miro? Is that Rusev? I think Rusev is in one of these movies. They must love WWE and celebrities. Kid Rock. A drag queen. Anyway, there's the first one. I don't know what happened at the top. I think I tried to eat it. I was dumb back then. This is one of my oldest Shark DVDs. I actually like Sharknado 2 so much that it actually took place in New York, which is good. And actually, some of the effects in it is not that bad. As seen on Sci-Fi, Sharknado 2, the second one. I think another reason I got it is I never seen the extended version of Sharknado 2. I actually like this one. I think out of all the movies, Sharknado 2 is my favorite. I can't wait. This is actually my favorite in the whole entire franchise. I like that they're in New York and all that. The first one's a classic now. Like, a lot of people started... When the first 3 came out, they were a global phenomenon. People freaking loved Sharknado. Like, there was a lot of people that were buying Sharknado t-shirts. They played the Sharknado game. I think one of these actually have an advertisement, I think, for the Sharknado game. No, they don't. But they freaking played the Sharknado game because they were thinking this was going to be one of the biggest franchises. The third movie that came out at the time was a huge success, Sharknado 3. Oh, hell no. And then they made Sharknado The Fourth Awakens. And it completely killed the vibe. People were like, okay, the first 3 movies were good. We can't wait for a fourth one. The fourth one came out and they're like, come on. Please don't make any more. Please. What? And then these came out and they're like, what? What the heck are these? These ain't the same franchise. These ain't in the... Are you sure this is in the same universe? Yeah, there's still... What happened later on is, after past Sharknado 3, there's been barely any Sharknados. Like, they more focus on characters development, which is kind of fine to have character development, but there's more character development than what the title suggests. 5 Sharknado. And look, on the 5th one's packaging, and even on the 6th movies, there's barely sharks. There's like dinosaurs, pterodactyls, a bunch of people, but there's only like there's a bunch of sharks in the background and a shark front and center, which they think they use that shark image on everything. Every cover they have. They use that one a lot. Yeah, there he is. There he is again. They must love that same shark image. The shark is doing the same pose. Wait a minute. Sci-fi. Oh my god. I just realized that. Oh my god. As much as I like Sharknado 2, oh my god. It's the same poster, just with New York elements on it. Like, look, that shark is that shark. He has the same amount of blood in his mouth. That shark looks exactly like that shark, and he has the same amount of stuff on his mouth. That shark is that shark, and he has the same amount. Same with those two. They're down there. The only thing different is they added the Statue of Liberty and the New York scenery. I bet you those rocks right there aren't. Wait a minute. Those rocks, I think, are on that cover too. Sci-fi. As much as I like the first three, you got lazy with the covers. You got lazy with the cover. I actually, though, prefer the copied over covers over whatever the... Okay, I'm gonna say it. Whatever the fuck this is. What in the god fucking hell is this? Dinosaurs, people on horse, freaking the DeLorean. What in the fuck happened to Sharknado? I mean, you could tell the first three were a success if they got Chris Jericho, who actually doesn't really like to act in indie movies. Or not in he doesn't like many indie stuff or whatever. If they got Chris Jericho in it, you could tell the first three were a success. But after that, no wrestlers dared to appear in a sci-fi film, unless they later on became wrestlers. Is that Keith Lee? But yeah, recognize him? Recognize him? How about now? Wait, no, that's not the same one. Oh, I remember. That's from the movie RoboShark that I don't have. He returns. Well, look at this back cover. Look at the back of this one. Looks so awesome. Look at the back of this one. Looks real. This. Now, people say this couldn't happen, but anything is possible. And if there's a tornado near water, it could pick up sharks and fling them all over the place, and we'll have a Sharknado. It probably won't be exactly like this one. So let me get you something straight. This movie is probably the one with the less amount of sharks. There's only two. There's one right there, and there's one up there. What is the title of the movie? Five Sharknado. Or Sharknado. Why the freak... Oh, there's a shark right there. They're putting the sharks in the background, despite the franchise being called Sharknado. The apocalypse has teeth. Oh my god, it's a zombie film too. Or a regular apocalypse. Look! That girl's shooting lasers out of her hands. What was these even for if you made a girl shoot lasers? Sci-fi. If you make Sharknado 7 and the rumors are correct that they're going back to the formula of the third one, do not throw that script away. Because I don't want no more lasers. But what I was trying to say is, the head right there, that is the Great Sphinx of Giza, right? That's the clock tower. How the heck is the Great Wall of China in the background, the clock tower, and the Great Sphinx of Giza's head all in the same location? And also Christ the Redeemer in Brazil. So, I'm hoping that Sci-Fi, if y'all are planning on a sequel and it goes back to this, throw that script deep down in the trash. and reboot this franchise. Hold on a minute. Instead of going through my whole Sharknado rant, let's just look at the DVDs. Let me put the shark movies up on my shelf, and I'll probably film another collector video later on today. So Sharknado, there's the disc art. Even the bad Sharknado movies, probably the good thing about them is that they have disc art. I love disc art, man. I love disc art. So that's the first one. The second one, which I have on Blu-Ray, the extended version. There's the disc. Sharknado 3. Oh, hell no! Let me find a black dude so I can do it. The thing I wanted this movie to be called. Sharknado 3. Damn! Ron Simmons from WWE, if you can't get that reference. Is that David Hasselhoff? It is. They love celebrities in this franchise. And then, Mr. Film about whatever that is, lasers, lightsabers. Yeah, they are doing a Star Wars spoof in this franchise. There's the disc art. And then the last Sharknado. Finally, it's about time. It's not finally it's about time. It's just called The Last Sharknado, It's About Time. Okay. So I'm going to go put these up on my shelf. And I'm going to make another video later. So yeah. I'm going to end the video now.